Okay, well, I really want to thank the Columbus House for recognizing my small contribution, and I must say, hearing these people talking about their work in the trenches, I think my contribution is pretty small, but Coach Floyd here has psyched me up here. Adrenaline flowing, so I'm going to make a few comments. So first, I'd like to take this opportunity before I talk about Columbus House to remember my mother, Sue Smartstone. Her father and uncle founded the Smart Family Foundation in the 50s. They also founded Esquire and GQ magazine in the 30s, and that's why there is a Smart Family Foundation now. And my mother was a poet and a lawyer and a wonderful person who had some struggles late in life with mental health, so I'm sympathetic to those causes. And she was a member of the Lawn Club. I love this club. And I think she'd be happy that I'm up here mentioning her in the ballroom. So I wanted to do that. When she passed away in 1996, my brother David and I got the opportunity to be involved with the giving of the foundation. And I quickly decided that living in the New Haven area, and in New Haven at the time, that this is a small city where philanthropy on an intermediate scale can actually have a big impact, and that I would do most of the giving that I could push in some direction to this area and to social welfare, starting initially with educational things. I'm a professor and I was interested in education for people that were not so advantaged as the Yale students I teach. And so I started with places like Sound Horizons and Eli Whitney Museum and LEAP and those kind of organizations. But in 2009, a student in my class happened to mention that he was working for this new program, Abraham's Tent. He told me what it is. It's a program where a small number, 10, 12 homeless people that were in the shelter would then be housed in the winter. This was also related to the fact that it's cold and dangerous to be homeless in the winter. And they would spend a week in different houses of worship around the community, including, synagogues, and that's how it became Abraham's Tent. And I thought this was really beautiful and brilliant because not only does it house some people and give them services, but it also humanizes them to a rather large number of people. You get to meet them. And I visited these programs a couple of times with John Brooks, and it does exactly that. And it was a good experience for me to meet them and hear these stories. So at that time, we started to support it, and as it has become possible, supported a little bit more strongly over the years. And I got to know about Columbus House and what an incredibly impactful and well-run organization it is. So I never imagined I would actually get an award for doing this, but it seemed to me like it was great to have a totally trustworthy, honest, well-run organization where you could help homeless people, those of us who encounter that, we all do to some extent, see it, and it really is heartbreaking. So it's, to know that you can do something to help is really meaningful to me, and I'm so pleased that I got the opportunity through Columbus House. And in closing, and the foundation did, of course, that's not just me. In closing, I want to say that it has been a rather discouraging last month or so, I've been telling my wife, I forgot that one I mentioned there, and at least we live in a humane state, in a humane city, with people that care about these kinds of issues. And at least our environment, we have some ability to change.
that at this time.
So thank you again for this award.